How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Ethereum has a big upgrade tomorrow. It might be the last upgrade before Ethereum 2.0. Now, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about some of the earnings here today because I have been harping on the fact that we might see Visa hold Ethereum on their balance sheet. I listened to the whole conference call. So I need to talk about it because there are some interesting things that we can look at, and there's some other news on Ethereum and crypto in general that I want to cover. Again, big upgrade for it tomorrow. So if you guys don't mind hitting the like button and hitting the subscribe button, I really do appreciate that. It helps out the channel a lot. Now, with that being said, I did call this kind of whale dump possibly in a video earlier today. I'll put that on the end screen, but we did see a little bit of a dump. So I said in that video, we might see Bitcoin fall down to 60,000. If it breaks through 60, we might see it hit 57,000 or so. And we saw exactly that. We saw it hit 60,000. So I talked about it right around when it was 62.5 or so, and it fell about $2,500 real dramatically, just like I said, because there is some leverage in the market right now. So I'll put that on the end screen. Definitely check that out after this video is done if you haven't watched it already. Now, I do want to give a special thanks to a sponsor of the channel, which is Bricks Finance, MyBricks. So definitely check this project out. I've done a full video on them, which I'll also put on the end screen, and then I'll put a link to their website here. So what they're doing is they're creating fractional ownership of real estate. So they're going to build these portfolios, and basically what they're going to do to give back or to give yield to the community is they're going to split these up into fractional ownership, like I said, and each contract of fractional ownership will be represented publicly via an NFT. So you're going to have like these little different animal NFTs that represent part of fractional ownership of this real estate portfolio, and the yield that's generated from the portfolio and any increase in the value of the property portfolio due to market demand. So definitely check out the video that I made on them. I'll put their information to their website underneath the video too, along with the crypto that it is. So definitely check that out if you're interested. Now, with that being said, let's get into some of the information here. So like I said whales might dump soon. If we see it fall under 60,000 Bitcoin, I think we'll see a dump in some other cryptos too, but I will definitely be buying. With that being said, we are seeing the whole market dip a little bit. So Ethereum actually moved up right on earnings here today, like right after the market closed, the stock market closed and went up. And I've been talking about how you have to own some Ethereum before today. I've been saying this for a while here, and I've been saying it because we have Visa announcing earnings here today, and they bought an NFT with Ethereum over the last month and a half or so. So that means that they had to hold Ethereum. Now, since I'm in this video talking about it, I know I'll get some people that give me flack. Ethereum's up 18%. So if you bought Ethereum around this time, it's been great. Now, some other big news before we get into all this stuff with Ethereum and the big update, Jack is going to talk about Bitcoin or about inflation most likely on his Twitter earnings, because they had earnings today too. Some other news that came out is Bitcoin might start being accepted by Tesla again, according to an SEC filing. So there are a lot of things that could come out tonight, but let's talk about what just came out, which is Visa's earnings. So I did a video. I posted the video, and then I realized I had to make it private because something I said was not exactly correct. So I combed through Visa's earnings, and I found some intangible assets, basically how they account for cryptocurrencies, along with a couple other things that can depreciate over time. So I found that. Now, I looked at last quarter's earnings too, and I couldn't find any mention of intangible assets, but it wasn't on the same type of presentation. For some reason, it wasn't on their investor presentation. They changed the format. So they had intangible assets last quarter. They still have it this quarter. I'm guessing they still hold some Ethereum, but they did not talk about it. So if you want anything boring, listen to a Visa earnings call. I'm sure during the pandemic it was interesting just because you're trying to get a gauge for the economy, but man, it is so boring. So they did talk about stablecoins. They did talk about crypto a little bit, but they did not talk about their own place in owning crypto. So they did talk about how they're working with about 60 different crypto type companies, and they do have some pressure on them because of MasterCard. MasterCard just made a deal with Bakkt to then allow banks and merchants on their network to offer crypto services. So I think there is some pressure for Visa to do something similar. And like I said, we know that they used Ethereum. They bought Ethereum to buy this CryptoPunk, but they did not mention whether they have Ethereum on their balance sheet now. Now, my guess is they still do, but again, it's not listed in any of their presentations and they didn't talk about it. But with that being said, we still have Ethereum with a big upgrade tomorrow. So the Altair upgrade. Now, this is not as big as EIP 1559. It's not going to be as big as Ethereum 2.0, but this is one of the key upgrades between these two events. So it might be the only upgrade before we transition from proof of work to proof of stake. And we do have a lot of total value locked right now. It said 100 billion last week. I just saw a number that said $160 billion worth of total value locked, and this will not affect you. So just be careful if there are any spam emails you're getting or messages saying, hey, you have to do this with your Ethereum before this upgrade. Don't listen to it. It doesn't affect users or holders. It just affects the consensus mechanism and the node operators. So don't worry if you're just a holder of Ethereum. It's no big deal. Now, with that being said, after last upgrade, we saw a bunch of Ethereum being burned. I mean, I'm talking about 2.66 billion, 2.7 billion now, $2.7 billion worth of Ethereum. We're talking about $41,000 a minute of Ethereum. Now, this isn't going to make as much of a difference, I think, as this last upgrade, but I still think it shows, hey, we're one step closer to Ethereum 2.0. Now, with that being said, we are seeing reserves go down and down and down on Ethereum. So at the same time that we're having this upgrade, we have less reserves on exchanges. We also see more and more staked in Ethereum 2.0. So just pay attention to that. I'm very, very bullish on Ethereum. Now, if it did come out that Visa was holding onto Ethereum with this $27.6 million worth of intangible assets, I think that would be huge. I think it would push up the price of Ethereum. But either way, we still, I think, are looking very bullish for the end of the year. I mean, Coinbase is launching their own NFT platform to take on OpenSea, and they have already 1.1 million people signed up within like the first few days on the wait list. And it's mostly going to be Ethereum starting out. They're going to try to add like Solana and maybe Cardano later down the line. But right now, it's looking like it's only Ethereum. So if that comes out and they unleash that to 1.1 million users on Coinbase, which is still only like 2%, maybe less than 2% of their overall platform, the users on their platform, that's going to be huge. It's going to cause a lot of people to be interested in Ethereum, and I still am very bullish on Ethereum. Now, like I said, I did think we might see a little bit of a dip in Bitcoin, and if we do see more of a dip, then I will definitely take advantage because there is leverage in the market right now. But I did buy some Ethereum here today. I did buy some Ethereum. So when you see that on the thumbnail, buy, I bought some Ethereum right when Visa announced. I actually, like I said, I thought that they had basically not had any intangible assets last quarter, and now they do. So I bought some, but it's still hard to tell whether they're holding on to Ethereum. They didn't mention it. I still think, though, that we are looking very bullish, and I'm still happy that I'm buying Ethereum. I think Ethereum right now at 4,000, of course it's not as good as Ethereum at 3,000, 2,000, which I was buying then too, but it's still going to be a good buy in the long term in my opinion, because I think we are getting ready for a very bullish end of year. Now, I want to hear your thoughts on this underneath the video. Let me know what you think about this. Again, I'm sorry for making that video and publishing it. I did take it down as quickly as possible once I figured out the error of my ways, but I do appreciate it. Again, check out MyBricks down below, and I'll put their information. Pretty cool what they're trying to do, merging real estate and crypto. So check it out. Of course, always do your own due diligence. I can't tell you to buy anything, but check it out. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.